Betrayed by my wife and best friend, so I made sure they lost everything. There's a unique kind of pain that comes with betrayal. It doesn't hit you all at once like a punch to the face. No, it seeps in slowly, like poison, making you doubt everything you thought was real. That was the kind of pain I experienced when I discovered that my wife, the woman I had loved and trusted for 6 years, was cheating on me with my best friend of over a decade. But instead of losing myself in anger, I made sure they lost everything. The first signs of suspicion. Emily and I had what I believed was a strong marriage. We had been together since college, built a life side by side, and had even started talking about having kids in the next couple of years. My best friend Jake was like a brother to me. We had met in our early 20s, and he had been by my side through breakups, job changes, and every milestone of my life. The three of us had even taken vacations together. How ironic now that I think about it. But about 6 months ago, something changed. At first it was subtle. Emily started staying out late more often, claiming she had extra work at the office. I didn't think much of it. She was ambitious and her job sometimes required long hours. Then she started going to the gym more frequently, despite never having shown much interest in fitness before. She also became more secretive with her phone, keeping it face down and taking it with her everywhere, even to the bathroom. One night as we lay in bed, I reached out to hold her hand, a simple gesture of affection. She flinched almost instinctively before forcing a smile and squeezing my fingers lightly. That was when I knew something was wrong. The discovery that shattered me. I tried to brush off my concerns, telling myself I was being paranoid. But one evening, as Emily slept beside me, her phone buzzed. I glanced over, not meaning to pry, but the preview on her screen made my stomach drop. Last night was incredible. Can't wait to do it again. I felt my heart hammer against my ribs as I stared at the message. My hands trembled as I unlocked her phone. She had forgotten that I knew her passcode. What I found next changed everything. Months worth of messages, photos, hotel receipts, secret meetups, and the name attached to all of it? Jake, my best friend, the person I trusted most outside of my marriage. I sat there in the dark, my breathing uneven, my vision blurred with a mix of rage and disbelief. I couldn't understand how either of them could do this to me. I had been nothing but loyal to both of them. And yet, here I was, finding out that my wife had been sneaking around with the one person I considered a brother. I wanted to wake her up right then and there, scream at her, demand to know why, but I didn't. Instead, I took a deep breath, put her phone back, and forced myself to think. I wasn't just going to confront them, I was going to destroy them. The plan for revenge over the next few weeks, I played dumb. I acted normal, pretending I didn't know what was happening. But behind the scenes, I was gathering every piece of evidence I could find. I took screenshots of their messages and call logs. I even hired a private investigator to trail them, just in case I needed proof beyond what was already on her phone. I also reached out to someone who didn't deserve to be left in the dark. Jake's long-term girlfriend, Sarah. She was one of the kindest people I had ever met, and the thought of her being clueless while Jake paraded around behind her back made me sick. One afternoon, I asked her to meet for coffee. She arrived, smiling warmly, completely unaware of the storm I was about to unleash. "Sarah," I began, my voice steady despite the anger burning inside me, "I need to show you something. And I need you to promise me that no matter what, you'll believe me." She frowned but nodded. As I handed her my phone, displaying screenshots of Jake and Emily's messages, I watched the color drain from her face. Her hands shook as she scrolled through the evidence, her eyes filling with hurt, betrayal, and fury. That son of a bitch." Her voice cracked, and in that moment, I knew she wasn't just heartbroken, she was ready for revenge too. The execution Jake and Emily had planned a weekend getaway, one of their little secret trips. I could have stopped them before they went, but I wanted them to think they got away with it. While they were off enjoying themselves, I started my plan, starting the divorce process. My lawyer ensured I had all the proof I needed to come out on top. Sarah would dump Jake in the most public way possible. On his birthday party, with all his friends and colleagues present, She planned to break up with him and read his messages out loud for everyone to hear. Update 1: Jake lost his job. I may or may not have sent his employer some proof that he had been using company funds to finance his little hotel escapades. And the best part? Emily had no choice but to move back in with her parents. I guess Jake wasn't as committed as she thought. It's been 6 months since I burned their lives to the ground. Emily still tries to reach out, sending messages about how she made a mistake and wants to fix things. I don't reply. I don't owe her anything. Jake? He moved to another city after losing his job, his girlfriend, and most of his friends. No one trusts him anymore. And me? I'm doing better than ever. I started therapy, hit the gym, and moved into a new place with a beautiful city view. I still feel the sting of betrayal sometimes, but mostly, I feel free. Betrayal may have burned me, but revenge was ice cold.